Hello everybody, thank you for watching my video. Don't forget to hit like, subscribe and comment, and also do check out the description below for various information. Born in 1103 to King Henry I of England and his queen Matilda, William Aetheling was heir to the English throne. Whether he knew it or not, there was a considerable weight on the importance of him. He was Henry I's only legitimate son. All Henry's other sons, and there were a whole heap of them, had been produced with mistresses. Henry's only other legitimate child was a girl also named Matilda. If something should happen to William, then the future of Henry's dynasty would be thrown up in the air. As he reached his teens, William had homage paid to him by the men of England and Normandy, as recognition of the fact that he would rule over them one day. And, indeed, Henry had him made Duke of Normandy. William married the Count of Anjou's daughter, yet another Matilda. The Count then sent off for Jerusalem, where he'd eventually become king. High hopes were held for William. The chronicler, William of Malmesbury, tells of predictions that were made of the boy that he would one day bring prosperity to the lands that he ruled over. And there was certainly ground to base such optimism on. His father, Henry I, and grandfather, William the Conqueror, had both ruled strongly. But it wasn't to be for William, as his life was cut tragically short. After an extended period of time ensuring peace in Normandy, Henry I, William's young wife, and the royal court were to return to England, and they set sail in late November 1120. The king was to travel on one ship, and William, as a show of his growing independence, was allowed to travel separately on a different vessel called the White Ship. Alongside him were all the other young members of the nobility. The king's ship set sail first. Still in the Barfleur harbour was the White Ship. On board there was a party now in full swing, and many of the people on board were now steaming drunk. Some, including a certain Stephen of Blois, saw their now obvious dangers and excused themselves and departed from the ship. The White Ship itself was built of fine quality. It was strong and travelled quickly across the waves. This fact only encouraged the now completely intoxicated crew to try and overtake the king's ship, which was now well ahead. Unfortunately, they barely got out of the harbour when their raucous laughter turned to screams of horror as the ship crashed into rocks and immediately began to sink into the freezing water. Members of the crew were almost instantly swept overboard, while some of their passengers below decks were drowned while still on board the ship. William himself may well have been saved from this disaster. A lifeboat was launched quickly with him on board, but as he headed back for the shores of Normandy, he heard the piteous calls of his half-sister, yet another Matilda, the fourth woman of that name that I've mentioned in this video. She begged William to turn back, and bravely, young William ordered the oarsmen on the lifeboat to turn round and return for her. But sadly, this led to chaos, as almost everybody who had gone into the sea, and hadn't drowned yet, tried to climb on board the lifeboat. It capsized, and into the freezing water went William, the 17-year-old heir to the English throne.